Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon, folks. Today is Wednesday the 13th of May, also the 20th of Ramadan, 1441 Hijriah. A very good afternoon, I bid to each and every one of you. Salam sejahtera diucapkan kepada anda semua. Diharapkan hari anda adalah hari yang terbaik, hari yang best, hari yang awesome senantiasa. Kita tinggal 10 hari sahaja lagi untuk menyambut Aidilfitri, norma yang baru. So diharapkan persiapan anda lakukan di rumah adalah yang terbaik. Yang mana yang nak kena beli lemang ke, yang nak buat rendang, ketupat dan sebagainya, itu masih lagi norma yang lama. Cuma mungkin kita jaranglah tak boleh nak keluar rumah lah kan. Walaupun Perdana Menteri dah katakan kita sebenarnya boleh, tapi haruslah berjaga-jaga mengikut SOP yang telah diberikan. Okay, let's stop talking about Raya right now. Now I want to talk about the world of broadcasting. Seperti yang kita sedia maklum, dunia broadcasting sekarang ni memang banyak dah berubah compare dengan zaman-zaman dulu, dengan cara penyampaian dia, set stage dan juga orang kata the art of journalism itself. Mungkin ada perubahan dekat situ. Dan hari ni saya ada dua orang tetamu. I have two very special guests who are very, very experienced in delivering the news, in getting the news. I would like to invite them on and to share their experience as well as talking about what they know best in the world of broadcasting and journalism. And with that, folks, I have together with me two gorgeous ladies, awesome human beings. Ladies and gents, may I present to you Miss Nadia Azmi and Miss Azaria Tagaya. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Assalamualaikum.
Hello everyone. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. How are you, Mio?
I am good.
Hi.
I'm doing fine. Just to give you a heads up, folks, Azaria is having some technical difficulties, but we will try to get through this as much as we can because kita nak Azaria. Bukan senang kita nak tengok orang bulletin utama, news presenter untuk curi masa dia bersama-sama dengan kita. So, kita kena bertenang, kita kena bersabar. Kita akan cuba jaya mendapatkan sebanyak mana mungkin Azaria untuk Sembang Sempoi ni. Azaria pun dah, muka dia dah macam dekat sangat dengan monitor tu, konon macam boleh dengar dengan lebih better lagi lah. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for joining us on this show. And okay, let's start things off. I want to start off with Nadia first. Okay, give a chance. Nadia, how are you doing? How's life treating you during this MC? Wait, hold on. Let me just get the four letters right.
CMPO.
Too many letters. So Nadia, how have you been?
Well, first of all, thank you so much, Mio, for having me on your Sembang Sempoi. Now I think, virtual or digital is the way to go lah. So now I think how many days already? 53 53 days?
Since March the 18th, I've lost counted after the third day, after the fourth day. So I dah tak ingat dah.
We've lost count, but I think it's about there. I have been working from home since the first day the MCO was enforced. So ini memang benda baru. We've never worked remote like this. But it's been a new experience. Work still goes on, business still carries on. Tapi in terms of we are broadcasters, so we also are MCs. Event MCs. Kita dah biasa dengan events, berjumpa orang, hosting shows. So sekarang ni with the MCO in place, with the OPKP ni, of course, as we know, events are put on hold. Kita tak boleh buat mass gathering. And it's not just for buat masa sekarang, tetapi we have to expect this to be happening even until the end of the year. So I have also been, actually for me, personally, it's my first time I ada moderate webinar. Sekarang ni kita ada, I think that's the way to go now. Our discussions, talks, seminars on online, everything's online. Everything's, e-learning pun kita ada, schools are going online also, kindergartens, because schools are closed, kindergartens are closed, so all these teachers are going online with e-learning. So same with us also, events still have to happen, even though the interaction is not the same. But it has been a very good start for me moderating for the first time, moderating online webinars. It's a bit different, but I think actually the platforms, but it's now virtual, it's actually more appealing to the masses. Because why? it's more accessible. Senang untuk kita join the discussion wherever we are, as long as kita ada our laptop or our phone. With one click, we can join in the discussion. So actually, the response has been very good. Ramai yang join, tuning in, as compared to, let's say, if we were to do it on site at a physical venue where people have to go there and drive there. So it's a good, that's a silver lining lah, I guess, during this MCO. There's pros and cons to it. It's nerve-wracking still. Walaupun kita tak nampak orang depan mata, it's still nerve-wracking sebab kita tak tahu what vibe are we sending off when we are hosting, moderating the session kan. Orang tu gelak ke, orang tu bosan ke, we don't know because we can't see them. Even though their videos are on, but it's different.
Yeah, that's actually very true because again, kalau you exactly the way that you've just explained it, it's a new kind of norm when you try to do something. But having said that, you having the background of being in broadcasting is something quite similar to what you have done before, which is just talking in front of the camera and addressing the virtual people. Because kalau you waktu you sampaikan biz news for TV3 dulu pun, you're not really interacting with an individual or 10 or hundreds individuals. You're actually, talking to millions of viewers out there. It's just that you cannot see them physically. That's the only, how would I say? That's the same thing sebenarnya when you actually do virtual. So it is good to adapt. It is good to actually, trying to membiasakan diri sebenarnya dengan keadaan yang baru when it comes to how things are. Azaria, you're still with us, right? Azaria, anda bersama dengan kami. Azaria muka macam blank, dia macam tak sure dia dengar kita tak? Yes, we can hear you, Azaria. You boleh dengar ke? Okay, so kita nak tanya Azaria pula, yelah walaupun Azaria tengah banyak ada masalah orang kata teknikal ni, yelah tak tahulah dia duduk atas gunung mana, atas bukit mana, dia nak merahsiakan lokasinya bersama-sama dengan kami, tapi mungkin kita boleh tanyakan khabar kepada Azaria. How are you? Can you just tell us how you've been during this CMCO? Masih lagi sangat-sangat busy di Media Prima, sibuk untuk mendapatkan berita, untuk menyampaikan berita tiap-tiap malam? Dia tak dengar. I rasa dia tak dengar. Wah, dia dah gelak. Dia tak dengar. Okay. Okay. Tak. Ini seronok ni sebenarnya ni. Sebab, yelah apabila live berlaku, semua di antara kita pernah mengendalikan sesuatu yang live. Bila live ni dia dah jadi macam ni, so adalah orang kata bakat kita sebenarnya untuk kita cuba
akan diuji.
Yeah, exactly.
These are the pros and cons lah.
We're trying to, try to make sure that everything is still going well. Azaria has a very confused face. She's like looking at us like, are you guys really talking?
She's frozen in time.
I don't think we can hear. I think she is definitely frozen. Okay. You know what? I'm going to get back to Azaria later. Yeah, there are definitely pros and cons. So I'm just gonna leave Azaria for a while. I'm just gonna leave. We're just gonna have a chat for a while. Let me just text Azaria while we're having a chat, Nadia. So, okay, let's talk about broadcasting because that's the whole topic that we're discussing today. Broadcasting. You have been involved ever since you were an intern at Astro previously. So you've been in and around and about in regards of the world of broadcasting and everything. Pada zaman you mula dulu versus right now, as it is right now, how do you think the world of broadcasting has changed in your point of view, in your POV?
Okay, well right now, kalau if we talk about now, the change obviously will be, everything is online, digital media. Kalau dulu, okay, even though this is not broadcasting, tapi dulu kita dah biasa everyday buka a newspaper. We'll read the papers, surat khabar, like the physical paper. That's where we get our news. Kita tak ada nak pergi online, thestar.com ke apa. We get our news mainly from the newspapers, physical newspapers. Tapi of course with the changing times, everything is going digital now. Digital. Tapi yang bahayanya that I've seen with this, the younger generation, but also with the current generation, sometimes we rely too much on social media to get our news. We can see a big jump with the emergence, with the revelation, I guess, of social media. We take it as a legit source of news when sebenarnya social media has opened up the floodgates actually, because yes, it's a good source
Wow.
of information sebab cepat, at our fingertips, but at the same time bahayanya pun ada. All these
Hmm.
fake news that are not um, what that they're not filtered, they're not how do you say it, it's not legit news. Sometimes it comes in as well from the same channel. Tu bahayanya, because sometimes we are a bit gullible. Kita mudah percaya with things that I might not be true. So that's why I think as a responsible citizen, as a responsible individual, you do your fact checking. I think that's something that the society is still learning. Especially I think the younger generation, sebab diorang lebih terdedah kepada social media. And that's what they all know.
Yeah, that is so true. But the only comment I have on that is that sebenarnya whenever people receive something, yes, it is very very true that apa yang you dah katakan tadi, it is so important for you to do your fact checking, for you to ensure that the source of the news is actually legit. Ada
Yes,
orang kata bertauliah, ada juga yang sahih. Tapi
betul.
we as humans sebenarnya, whenever we are feeded something which is so interesting, instinct wise kita akan cuba sebarkan dulu, because we want to have that feeling macam, oh, I'm doing my responsibility as a human by sharing the news, because that's what we're supposed to do. Betul ke tidak, dia letak belakang kira dulu.
Betul, ya.
They're not even thinking about that. So how is it that we are supposed to advise ataupun educate these people? Because semua lapisan masyarakat sebenarnya, Nadia, when you talk about even the veterans, the youngsters, the working class people and everything, they all have the same mindset of aku nak share dulu because I want to be the first in sharing the information. Betul atau salah itu tak betul. How can we cope with this? How can we tell these people to do the right thing?
Sometimes it's debatable. Adakah media ni patut educate the public? Should we determine the flow? What does the society prefer? Do we follow their flow, or do we educate them and guide them to a certain direction? Itu is very debatable sebab everything is about the demand. What the demand out there, apa yang orang nak sebenarnya, that's what influences apa yang kita letak on TV ke digital media ke. So it's very debatable there, and I think there should be a balance. We should strike a balance. Not necessarily kita patut ikut je apa masyarakat nak, because sometimes we have that responsibility as broadcasters, as well as editors, as producers, to put out there positive stories, good stories, educational stories that's healthy untuk masyarakat for their consumption. It's also our responsibility. And one factor that will really affect influence the effectiveness of when we deliver news ke apa ke, is the way that we deliver the news. It has to be appealing, it has to be attractive. So I think that's why it's very important now we are moving towards digital. Sebab tu sekarang ni digital media is a big thing. If you notice all these articles online that can be shared very easily, articles ni bukan, the headline tu dah panjang lebar, dia punya headline tu. From reading the headline, one line the headline tu, kita dah dapat about 30% or 40% already about what the article is about. Tapi sebenarnya itu yang orang nak. They want to know what they want to read, otherwise tak akan klik.
Yeah, true. It's all about, kadang-kadang sebenarnya benda ni adalah clickbait juga. How creative you are in actually addressing a certain title ensures you will get the click. I mean, looking at the story lah. Azaria, are you still with us? I really hope that you are still with us. So muka you memang muka kerut yang macam ada masalah, sangat-sangat masalah dunia sebenarnya.
Dia tak setuju dengan kita
Dia pun
kot.
frozen lagi ke, tak tahulah. Okay, dia bergerak-gerak. Nampak dia punya mulut dia bergerak sikit. Azaria, okay, mungkin sekejap je. I nak try bagi close up sikit, nak bagi tengok muka Azaria. Azaria,
Okay, she's
nampak
there.
dah?
Okay, we
Oh
can
my
hear you.
goodness. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Azaria, can you hear as well? No. She can't. Oh well, cabaran. Itulah dia sebenarnya. Azaria has been trying so much to actually get on board together with us, but yeah, she still is trying to get a better connection. Maybe lepas ni kita boleh tulis surat kepada TM ataupun Maxis atau Berselco, whoever your internet provider is, to make sure that you get a better connection. Dan dia dah kata dah, dia dah pakai iPad pula ni sebenarnya. Nak menunjukkan she has actually changed her gadgets, to try to accommodate this. But yeah, never mind. Keep on trying. I'm just gonna tell her, keep on trying your best. I believe in you. Believe. Okay. Let's just leave Azaria for a while. Okay, Nadia, let's just continue with the conversation, and
No
we
problem.
hope that Azaria can actually join us very soon in our whole convo. You mentioned about having a creative title, but ramai juga orang kat luar, when you publish certain news online, where regardless of whatever it is, it could be on an e-newspaper, it could be in a blog and everything, title plays a role yang sangat-sangat tinggi. Macam saya cakap dengan tadi, clickbait. Kadang-kadang clickbait ni juga, they purposely doing clickbaits because diorang nak dapatkan the click tu, without even considering the truthness of the news, apa yang diorang sebarkan tu betul ke tidak, berpatutan ke tidak dan sebagainya. Your points about this clickbait sites ataupun clickbait article.
Honestly, I don't think it's something that we can avoid. It's going to be there nevertheless. So it's our responsibility, no matter how old you are, menjadi tanggungjawab kita untuk kita the awareness dengan persekitaran. If you equip yourself with enough knowledge, if you always keep up to date with the news, in general, you will be able to identify bila benda tu clickbait, macam tak betul je. Macam too good to be true ataupun ya ke
Dia terlalu sensasi. Tiba-tiba dia kata Nadia Azmi ada kes di ni. Contoh. Kan?
Yeah,
I mean, those are the kind of
sensationalized.
provocative. Yeah, I mean they sensationalize it like too much because like that's what intrigued people for them to click it. Because kalau kata Nadia Azmi pelajar terbaik, macam okay, cool. Tapi Nadia Azmi
kan?
ada kontroversi dengan YB mana-mana ataupun personality mana-mana yang itu macam lebih hot kan. Contoh.
Ya, memang benda tu sangat-sangat menarik minat bila kita nampak tajuk seperti very something yang sensasi. It will definitely lead us to click the article. Tapi menjadi tanggungjawab kita, that's why we always have to be aware of what's going on. If it's breaking news worthy, sepatutnya you have to question yourself. Kenapa saya nampak dekat this article? I've never even heard of this source. If it's such breaking news, kenapa tak ada dekat TV? Kenapa tak masuk berita tadi? Those things you have to always keep on questioning yourself. But the number one thing I think is you look at the source. Sekarang ni ada banyak sumber-sumber berita yang kita boleh dapat. The mainstream kita dah tahulah, the channels, the TV channels or online news. But sekarang ni ada banyak yang mushrooming digital media, online news from so many digital media yang macam-macam yang kita tak pernah dengar pun ada. So we have to be careful from there as well. Where are we reading the news from? Before we click share, nak baca tak salah. If you want to do a fact checking, if you want to read betul ke ni, what is this article about? Read it. There's no harm in that. But before you share, before you click that share button, think twice. Sebab sekarang ni senang sangat nak share melalui WhatsApp ke, you repost it on social media ke, sangat senang. So that's why sometimes benda tu yang kita overlook. Kita terlepas pandang. Kita ingat kita share dengan kawan, tak apa, no harm, betul ke tak, that's secondary. Tapi kita tak tahu kawan kita tu pula share dengan berapa orang pula. Nanti jadi macam this COVID virus pula. There's a chain.
Exactly.
It's the same concept.
Because again, when it comes to all these things, it's exactly true as what you mentioned. Once people started to share it, there's
Mhm.
no limitation to how extensive it will go. Sebab dia memang tak ada batasnya. Seorang akan melekat pada 5 dan seorang daripada 5 tu akan lekat lagi pada 5 yang lain. So it's gonna be
Betul.
so massive, and nak tak nak, this false news ataupun news yang tak betul ni mungkin akan jadi betul juga because it's being spread too much and a lot of people are buying into it already.
Yeah.
Alright, so
So I see this as a threat. If I can add, Mio, this is a
hmm,
threat. Sebab we're talking about broadcasting kan. So I see this as a threat in the current times lah. To news, to us in the newsroom. This is a threat because sometimes not only do people generate stories yang tak benar, tetapi mereka menggunakan our TV station punya nama to make it look like legit. Pun ada case macam itu. So
kan.
this is the threat that we are facing now for us in the broadcasting world lah.
No, saya sangat terkilan sebenarnya. Oh no, no, the word is not terkilan. Actually, saya sangat teruja. I'm actually very impressed with a lot of fake news out there who would do so much. They would actually have watermarks lah. Diorang ada logo jata negara lah. Diorang ada
People are getting more intelligent these days.
yang betul just to spread fake news. I mean, like, we actually have sedemikian. I know you didn't hear me at all just now. It went blank, right?
Yeah,
So,
you
I
takut
tengah
sekejap.
rasa bersembang and then I tiba-tiba kena botol. No, what I was trying to say is that just wanted to get again your opinion. There are people out there yang mungkin memang tak ada kerja ke, ataupun graphic designer yang tak ada kerja, ataupun maybe they learn it of themselves doing all these things, meletakkan logo, meletakkan jata negara ataupun signatures to look like it's legit news and spread it out. What do you think about all these people? Do they have too much time on their hands?
I think people are getting more intelligent. We are now all tech savvy. Everything is based on technology kan. So I work in the technology sector, so I know some bits and parts on that. Everyone is becoming tech savvy. Kalau you tak tech savvy, you will be ketinggalan. That's why I say it's a threat lah. People, everything looks legitimate. It's not just in broadcasting. It's not just about news, but macam the same concept when it comes to scammers online. No, I mean scammers through the phone. These people are very articulate. Boleh bercakap
we
dengan
have long
lancar.
since forgotten about the Prince of Nigeria punya scamming naga. Itu dah
Oh.
old kan.
Dia dah ni kot dethrone kot.
Dia dah dethrone dan dia dah buat
I don't
cara yang lagi-lagi hebat. Orang hasil datang rumah lah. Orang immigration datang rumah lah.
Orang mahkamah lah.
Orang mahkamah lah kan. People lah, dia freaking creative.
SPRM pun ada.
Sangat hebat manusia ni. If you look at it that way, I mean, like, we are very intelligent human beings for us to actually come up. I mean, like, again, scam is a scam. Memang salah dia orang buat tu, memang salah sangat-sangat and patut dikenakan tindakan mahkamah. But you cannot help but to admire the intelligence that they have, the semangat that they have tu sebenarnya.
It has become a profession actually. It's a profession for a lot of them these days. Cuma it's up to us, don't be too gullible. We always have to check in on, mungkin orang tua kita yang mungkin lebih berisiko untuk mempercayai. So, we have to advise these kind of people, check in on, if it's our old folks ke, our grandmother, grandfather, all these groups of people yang lebih gullible mungkin. Bukan sebab kurang bijak tetapi,
Dia mudah terpedaya lah kerana
terpedaya. Because dulu zaman dulu
they use a lot of empathy, they use a lot of reverse psychology, that kind of a thing kan.
Yes. Tapi malangnya a lot of people who are professionals, teachers pun kena juga. It's very sad lah.
It's very sad.
Yeah, but then that's why the media also comes in. We as legitimate sources, the media, that's where we also play a role. We let these people know if you come across these kind of phone calls, if you come across these kind of emails, jangan mudah terpedaya, jangan mudah percaya. What should you expect if someone of authoritative level calls you? What should be the proper channel?
Yeah. No, funny you should mention that because bila you kata you daripada pihak broadcasting, daripada station TV, apabila you all menyuntai berita, when you are editing news and everything, to how many levels, or maybe you can just like, to share with us like what sort of levels, how many levels of checking that you guys need to do in order to know the the legitimacy of the news, atau kesahihan sesuatu berita tu. Berapa banyak level yang you all kena dapatkan untuk pastikan berita tu sahih atau tidak?
Okay, so we are a bit different in broadcasting. Kalau macam dalam in the corporate sector, the red tape tu memang sangat-sangat luas. Before something can get approved or cleared out, ada banyak level or bureaucracy yang perlu dilalui. Tetapi it's very different for us in the broadcasting industry. Everything has to be fast. People want up-to-date news. Kalau katakan we get some new piece of information, we have to be ready for it to be on air maybe in 10 minutes time. So you have to churn out the story, you have to churn out the script, the reader has to be ready in the studio. So kita tak boleh buang masa. It has to be very quick. So from my experience, dulu I kerja at Awani, I was a news reporter. We wrote the news and then we have our editor. There's the writer or the reporter. Usually sebab tu kita reporter, kita yang keluar assignment, kita yang dapat berita tu from the horse's mouth, orang cakap. Minister ke, sesiapalah, whatever it is. We are on an assignment basis, on a daily, we go out on daily assignments. That's where we get our news from the source direct, from the direct source. And then we come back to the studio, we churn out that story, and then we have our editor yang akan tengok, yang akan baca balik, language-wise, headline-wise, we have, it's not easy. It's not easy writing the news because it's not, kita bukan menulis karangan. Karangan can be as long as you want. You can add in
200 patah perkataan macam zaman-zaman sekolah rendah kita dulu kan.
Yes, you can, your creativity tu you boleh gunakan dengan sepenuhnya. Tapi
saya batang time tu dapat break yang lebih lah.
Because we want to make sure that we want to get the right message across. Kena punchy. So kita kena cepat. As reporters, we need that skill, how to write the news in a punchy manner tapi brief. Sebab orang tak nak dengar berita panjang lebar, tak nak. They want it then, they want it now. Okay, so then we have our editor and then I'll go through the producer as well. So that is actually a very quick process, depending on what time the news will be on air. Tapi it has to be a quick process, but everything has to be fresh and up to date. Especially kalau breaking news.
Yeah, that because
breaking news.
Yeah, dia memerlukan satu talent yang berlainan sebenarnya. It's not just like as what you mentioned Nadia. It's not just like you're writing a letter. It's not just like you're writing an essay. Because how you actually write up a news to be published for a news reader, for a newscaster to actually read it out, to present it, it needs to be straight to the point. It needs to be as layman as possible because you are serving the whole Malaysia. You're serving the whole nation of different levels of education. So you have to be as layman as possible. Penyampaian yang paling mudah, yang paling straight to the point. Itulah orang kata cabaran-cabaran yang dihadapi as an editor dan juga sebagai seorang penyampai. And you as a penyampai, as an anchor, your experience, it's not just about having a pretty face, granted you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, but it's not just that, isn't it? Atas ni pun kena full juga. You have to have a lot of knowledge and juga the ability and the talent untuk menyampaikan sesuatu tu. It's not just like baca and just like ni. Sebab banyak orang bertanggapan, alah dia baca berita je, dia baca daripada prompter je, senang kot kerja dia. Your comments, silakan.
Okay, I get a lot of inquiries lah. When people see you on TV, they are macam mana nak cakap they are bukan terpedaya, tetapi they are fascinated with people being on TV. Sebab kita nampak, all the makeup, it's about glitz and glamour. So especially the younger generation ni, adik-adik kita ni sangat teruja bila tengok, news readers reading the news on TV. So I get a lot of inquiries, pertanyaan. They ask, what do we need to study in university? Kursus apa yang perlu diambil kalau katakan andainya cita-cita kami adalah untuk menjadi seorang penyampai berita. There's nothing wrong in having that kind of ambition. Tak salah untuk kita bercita-cita untuk menjadi penyampai berita. Tetapi I think they need to also realize the reality behind this. Yes, we're on TV, we get our makeup done, we get our hair done ke apa ke, it's very glamorous lah on the outside,
On the outside.
Yes, but they have to remember it's still a day-to-day job. Kita masuk office every day. Sebelum kita bermakeup, what was the process? Kita kena tulis, sit down in front of the computer and write out the stories ourselves. We have to understand what that story is about. Kalau kita tak cukup memahami atau menghayati sesuatu berita tu, sometimes akan terselah bila kita menyampaikan berita tu. If we don't understand the story, when we actually deliver it in front of the camera, sometimes we can tell. Unless you're a good actor or actress, tapi sometimes the audience
yes. Sebenarnya kan.
And then you also have to realize sometimes, betul ada prompter depan kita. But what happens when the prompter goes black? That happens. Technical glitch. It happens.
Yes,
just like what we're experiencing now with internet. Or what if skrip tu tersalah tulis? That's when
adakah dia nak baca kalau dia sebut nama-nama seseorang yang tersohor ataupun nama Prime Minister kita, dia sebut nama orang lain. Wow. And then you sebut pula live on TV. Sudah.
Yes.
Lepas ni Nadia Azmi memang tak boleh keluar TV dah macam tu kan.
Aduh. Sebab tu sebutan tu penting juga. If we have, with knowledge, benda yang kadang-kadang masuk dalam skrip kita, tiba-tiba pun we can handle it. Because even though kita dah baca skrip before kita masuk studio, but this is the news macam I cakap tadi, there'll be breaking news or, updates. Mungkin editor kita or producer kita tiba-tiba masukkan a new, they edit skrip tu. While we are...
Tiba-tiba kita kau cakap, wait, ada breaking news, ada breaking news. Dan kau macam, blank itu kan mampu.
Ya, memang akan terjadi. So that's when your kebijaksanaan lah akan terselah how you handle it.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, like, to put it in a nutshell, it is not as simple as one may think. It's not just as simple as just sitting in front of a screen and reading off macam you baca surat khabar. Tak. You punya ekspresi muka, your expressions, your intonation, dan juga cari senyum. Tiba-tiba cerita pasal orang yang meninggal dunia, you sengih. Tak ke kurang ajar namanya tu kan, Nadia?
Itulah. Emotions to play a big role juga. You have to know how to play with your emotions, the intonation, your diction, the flow, the melody. Kalau I don't know what other word to use, that all plays a role, and you kena pandai lah mind all these elements when you deliver the news. But kita nak deliver as effective as possible.
Correct. Yeah, as what I mentioned earlier before, it's not just you're telling a story to one person. You're actually delivering the story to hundreds, if not millions of people who are watching you at that particular moment in time. So you have to be ready, not just from your facial features, but also from the internal set, your mind, your knowledge, and whatever that comes to it, and also experience. Helps you a long way juga. Again, I mean, like,
I can add on the knowledge part sebab ramai yang when they ask me, I want to become a news reader. That is their ambition. Tak salah, tetapi I think it's very important you become a reporter first, a journalist, a broadcast journalist first. Okay. Nak masuk studio tu bagus, you ada cita-cita untuk menjadi personality TV, tetapi sebelum kita menjadi personality, before we represent a TV station, penting juga untuk kita menjadi seorang reporter, wartawan. We go out on assignments every day. We meet all kinds of people. You menulis story tu sangat penting before you masuk studio, because like you said, ke atas ni penting.
Yeah, because these are the kind of things that gears you up to make yourself prepared in such a better way, a more holistic kind of preparation.
You want to be more than just a pretty face.
Exactly.
Because you are a TV personality. But to me, the definition of a TV personality is not just about image. It's not just about social pictures on social media. It's about what you have to offer, what you can contribute as a journalist.
Bukan macam pepatah orang Melayu kata, you bukan sekadar tin kosong je lah. Adalah isi di dalamnya. Tak adalah pompang je lebih kan. Ada isi, itu yang penting. Wow, 35 minit dah kita dah bersembang ni, walaupun kita ada banyak technical glitch initially sampai Azaria dah meninggalkan kita. Unfortunately, Azaria tak dapat bersama-sama kita. But nevertheless, well, before we go, I think we should wrap it up for now. I don't really want to take too much of your time. But Nadia, before we leave, maybe you want to say something to the audiences, apa yang nak tinggalkan pesanan kepada mereka, ke nasihat dan juga, whatever it is that you want to, share. Silakan.
Okay. Well, now I think with the MCO and everything, now with the CMCO, memang the restrictions are being eased stage by stage and everything. Tapi I hope everyone can, still stay safe, take care. Kalau tak perlu lagi keluar, kalau tak ada keperluan untuk keluar, I think we should elak for now, tak payah nak keluar, because it's still, we don't know, it's still uncertain. We are going through uncertain times. Kita nak beraya pun kita terpaksa kali ni beraya di rumah saja tanpa menziarahi atau balik kampung. We ada banyak limitation sekarang. Mungkin sedih, yes, but it's for the betterment of the future. Sebab we're waiting for a vaccination for COVID-19, which we don't know when.
Which is going to happen in 2 years. It could be 2 years, it could be 3 years.
Yeah.
We don't know.
So in the meantime, we should adhere to apa yang kerajaan kita cakap, adhere to apa yang KKM bagi tahu, from simple things like washing your hands all the time, maintain good hygiene, social distancing bila kita keluar. It's not just for our own sake, tapi untuk orang-orang tersayang di sekeliling kita.
Exactly. Awesome stuff. Itulah dia pesanan. Yes, it is true to the point that, we should not actually let our guards down as much yet, because we're still in the middle of this thing. But whatever it is, thank you so much, Nadia, for coming down to Sembang Sempoi.
Thank you.
I would like to thank Azaria as well, but she's not here, but I'll thank her personally later on. Maybe we can get Azaria on at a time, together with Nadia, perhaps, soon. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for watching. Hope it has been beneficial, it has been fruitful, insightful to all of you, while we talk about broadcasting dan juga pengalaman Nadia specifically. And akhir kata, as usual, guys, duduk rumah, kita jaga kita, dan ayuh Malaysia, jom kita putuskan rantaian COVID-19 ini. Assalamualaikum. Say bye-bye, Nadia.
Bye, guys.
Alright, bye. Assalamualaikum. Ciao.